You being racist in my own country. Like, it didn't make sense. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Cardinal Beats, and you're welcome to Behind Bars. It's the guy in the black cap, and if you not be the Rona, you already know that. Fresh boy, fucking. Yo, I just found gold. I just found a gem. Damn. Whoever suggested this to me, yeah? I beg. Check, what do you call it? In the description. DM me on Instagram. I have to give you something. You bow. See, I just found gold. Let's throw back. Let's start. That's why I don't want to talk plenty. You bow. Let's just start.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna think loud right here, man.
See, this is what we call hip-hop. This just takes me back to the days of Tupac, the days of Big Charlie. Hands down. Hands down.
Let's ask some questions, man.
Forget.
What if, yo? Thinking out loud, you know what I mean? Let's go. Uh-huh.
Woo. Yeah. The beat alone, like, forget it.
Hey, yeah. What if slavery never took place? All black people intact, chilling at the same place. Rappers, athletes, stealing them on the land. Will the U.S. and fair man be growing at the same pace?
Are we in Africa? I bet you weren't expecting this. This was in 2012. This was KAO DENERO in 2012. 2012. Like, what if slavery never took place? All our niggas chilling in the same place. Will America like grow at the same pace? Like, would they develop at the same pace? Like, think about it. I doubt. Let's react to that right now. See, aside the forget it. Aside the rhyme, yeah. Aside the rhyme, the flow alone. This is hip hop. This Biggie Tupac shit. This legendary shit. Sorry for cursing, but see, I was so impressed. Yeah, I've been listening to this like 10 times now. I don't know. I think 10 times now. But what if slavery never took place? How will Africa be? Will America be like the gods we see them to be right now? Think about it. So if we were taken to America to develop America as Africans, yeah? And right now we are here. No slavery. Why are we still stuck here? Like, ask yourself. KAO DENERO was asking this in 22. Hip-hop, let's continue.
What if Mandela never did 27? This part hell, part paradise. Is it that rich folks you are already in heaven? When you burn up in the church, man, and bury up the reverend. What if I was white? Will this cops give me a break? Know my license ain't right, or never get the thought to shoot a nigga dead on play site? You and I know who faced the agony. Whatever happened if the sister was Kissy Anthony?
Okay. So he said, what if the system was Casey Anthony? So that made me go and research who Casey Anthony. I like tracks that educate me. You get it? That's the reason why I keep saying that. Respect to KAO DENERO. I like tracks that educate me. Casey Anthony. So who's Casey Anthony? Like, you can research on it too. She was a mother of I think Kaylee Anthony, a baby. She gave birth to a baby. She was a party girl. Those sports brats. Sorry for using that word, but those sport like children. She gave birth to a baby, and the baby died. Nobody knows how the baby died, but if you listen to the story of Casey Anthony, yeah, you clearly see that there was some foul play. But in some weird way, the jury decided to let her go as not guilty, which didn't make sense because everything pointed that she was negligent in taking care of the child. Number one. But aside that, let me not take you to Casey Anthony. It's not even necessary right now. We're reacting to this, but I just wanted you to know about the Casey Anthony story. Because if KAO DENERO mentions something, like if a rapper mentions something in his rap, yeah, you have to understand what he's trying to say. But the entirety of Casey Anthony's story was that there was some foul play which felt like they made a goal. The jury made a goal so loosely that the system was so good for the whites. Like, if it were to be a black woman at that time, like whatever Casey Anthony did, if it were to be a black woman, I bet you should be like life in prison or something. You should go and check out Casey Anthony. I don't want to like bore you with the story, but you should go and do your research. That's the reason why we do this. But he's referring it to his rap. What he's trying to say is, what if the system was Casey Anthony? That is, the system wasn't fair. How would it be like? What if he was white? Will we be the same? Like, will we be the same? Would he be treated fairly if he were to be white? Let me not bore you, Bob. Let me not bore you. But I need to tell you a story. Today's Throwback Thursday. That's the reason why I'm doing this. 2012 KAO DENERO. Like, you should go and check out the full track on his channel as usual. You get it. The description, the link will be in the description. Sorry. I told you one take. If I laugh and pass on. Simple. Let me tell you a story. So there was this time I went to the nightclub with we were going to the club. That's my friends and I. We were going to the club. And when we got to the club, the bouncers were checking, like they had to search you before you enter the club. You get it. But I noticed that in my own country, I mean in Ghana, I'm not talking about abroad, in Ghana, I noticed that the whites were just passing. If you were white, they just pass. They don't check them. So I asked the bouncer that in my own country, you being racist in my own country. Like, it didn't make sense. Not to bore you, but I just need you to understand something. It didn't make sense. In my own country, you searching me before I enter a club, a white person comes and the white person can just pass. All because the club belongs to a white. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you've experienced anything like that. Just share it in the comment section. But it didn't make sense to me. You get it? And we as blacks are treating ourselves unfairly. Meanwhile, we worshiping the white people. Go to, I don't want to mention names, but there's this hotel in Ghana. It's like modern day slave trade. White people are there enjoying, blacks are serving. That's how it is in our countries. And it runs through all African countries. What are we doing? KAO DENERO 2012. Like, damn, this hip hop. Let's go.
I'm just thinking right now, you know, man. It's real deep, man.
I'm enjoying this shit.
Word up. What if? Questions I would love to ask. Reminisce about the past. Flighting moves to get the cash. What if? The whole world live in peace. No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East. What if? Some questions I would love to ask. Reminisce about the past. Flighting moves to get the cash. What if? The whole world live in peace. No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East.
I bet those are questions you've never asked yourself. What if the whole world lives in peace? Wouldn't life be like so nice? Like, it would be different. Like, you wake up every morning, you feel good. You know that like there are no sad news unless like definitely there will be dead people. You get it? Because that's how life is. We'll pass on, but by natural causes or by personal negligence of not taking care of yourself well. You get it? But imagine like a world without war, without bombs, without this corona that we both know was created by a human being, like by scientists. You get it? What if there was a world like that? Wouldn't it be a better place? So what are we doing? Like, I feel we can change the narrative. That's the reason why I talk about these things. Because it starts with you and I. You get it? It starts with you and I. Once we make our mindset that I've decided to change the narrative. You decide to change the narrative gonna change. See, KAO DENERO, man. Hands down.
What if 50 was never shot? Will he be as hot? This track is dedicated to the game of hip-hop. Trying to do it all like my name was Jamie Foxx. Will I sell platinum records for talking reckless? Eat MCs for dinner, lunch, and even breakfast.
Hey, this guy likes beef. I swear. Eat rappers for breakfast and even see the flow alone. The word play there. Forget it. This hip hop. What if 50 was never shot? How will it be? It would, like, he would definitely be a different person. It wouldn't be 50. But I kind of think the other side of this track is also talking about the fact that we should embrace fate. You get it? Whatever comes to you, you should learn to embrace it, because it might be a positive change in your life. Because if 50 wasn't shot, he wouldn't be 50 today. He would have still probably be a gangster selling drugs or something. You get it? So he's trying to tell us that no matter what it is, we should try and embrace fate and make the best out of any situation we find ourselves in. You get it? Charlie, let's back it up a little and then continue with this reaction. I'm just loving this track.
Talking reckless, eat MCs for dinner, lunch, and even breakfast. Spit fire all day till nigga breathless. What if the president?
Spit fire all day till nigga breathless. Do you know what that means? When you spit fire, you know fire takes out oxygen. Fire is fed with oxygen. Once there's oxygen, the fire will burn. You get it? So when you spit in fire and the place becomes hot, it takes away the oxygen, which makes people breathless. You can't breathe. Man. Boss!
In black, the KKK came back. Rob you when you get up and ride to get your chain back. What if we live for free, never get to pay the bills?
What if the KKK came back? You know the KKK, that's the Ku Klux Klan. That was a clan those days when in the slave regime, where the slaves were free. Those people were still racist and they were still suppressing the slaves, chasing the slaves, killing them and all that. You should see this history lesson. You should learn about all these things. Because of these things, the reaction and all these things I do, I tend to research a lot, and it's really opening my mind to new things. Charlie, hip hop is not just about money, gangster shit, and all that. It's history, and that's what 2012, KAO DENERO. What if? Stream it. Go and listen to the full track without my reaction. Probably I'm just boring you. I know some people come and say that you're not good with reaction, blah blah blah. Go and copy this and nigga. This is my reaction. This is my reaction. And respect to KAO DENERO. Mad track. Let's continue.
This was still wetter than the Navy SEALs. What if all the nice rappers get the crazy deals? Driving city whips, there's a bank account or maybe wills. What if? Questions I would love to ask. Reminisce about the past, flying moves to get the cash. What if the whole world live in peace? No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East. What if? Some questions I would love to ask. Reminisce about the past, flying moves to get the cash. What if the whole world live in peace? No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East. What if? All is true, that's biblical. Bob Marley's still here with us in the physical. Pac and Big never left us, you're so pitiful. Every rapper lyrical, nobody living miserable.
See, when you're listening to good music, sometimes it's difficult to stop it and react to it. Forgive me, but this positivity. This is what rappers should be preaching. This is what not just rappers, musicians should be preaching. The African story, the positive story, because Africa, sorry to say, but sometimes it feels like Africa is a dark place. You get it? We're in a dark place where all the bad things, this is where they look at when they want to portray anything to be bad, anything to be black. That's what they want to put on us. You get it? And we need to change that story. See, KAO DENERO, man. See, please, Sierra Leone, whoever is going to share this till KAO DENERO sees it, it should continue with this, these tracks, Lumumba, the story of Lumumba, and it should continue with these tracks. I beg him, you should continue with these tracks. I beg him. Forget it. I'm just feeling him too much.
What if I get the chance to see my grandkids move around the world? Yeah. Just what the plan is. Ask my label exactly what the advance is. So many things I couldn't figure out. Why waste the precious time in Sierra Leone and didn't take a bigger route? Get a big amount. I almost settle for less. When you and I know, man, I can handle the test. Break critical records with nice on our Man, beautiful practice, yeah, it's beautiful sessions. I'm going global with it. Watching non-believers, I said, told you did it. KAO DENERO, Rapping Pharaoh in the house, blowing up without a doubt. What if?
Mad flow. Mad. Oh, damn. See, the flow alone is just authoritative. Like he's owning the beat. This hip hop, straight. This rap, and I like the fact that he's preaching positivity in rap, not just talking about blinks and chains and money and cars and shit and hoes and positivity. What, like, let's take it back a little. I just want to talk about something he mentioned.
So many things I couldn't figure out. Why waste the precious time in Sierra Leone and didn't take a bigger route? Like get a big amount. I almost settled for less. When you and I know, man, I can handle the test.
Yeah, about the wasting time in Sierra Leone when you can like take a bigger route, always settling for less. That's one thing we mostly do as people. Not even like, let me not even talk about Africa in the first place. But of course, Charlie, promoting the African story, that's the reason why we're here. You get it? But we always settling for less when we know that we can handle any test. You get it? Take risks. That's the only way you can succeed. Take the risk. Go out there. Do something, like think outside the box. Do something that you never do on a normal day. You get it? Take the risk and succeed. That I can't say this enough. Like KAO DENERO has said it all. Take the risk. Take a bit, like take the other route. You get it? Take the other route and make something work, Charlie. Make something out of your life. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Break critical records, but nice when I
give it up.
Man, beautiful practice, yeah, it's beautiful sessions. I'm going global with it. Watching non-believers, I said, told you did it. KAO DENERO, Rapping Pharaoh in the house, blowing up without a doubt. What if? What if? Stick it out loud, man. You know what I'm saying? So much shit going on in the world, yo. Rest in peace, Trey Williams. What if? Questions I would love to ask, reminisce about the past, flatting moves to get the cash. What if the whole world live in peace? No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East. What if? Some questions I would love to ask, reminisce about the past, flatting moves to get the cash. What if the whole world live in peace? No more bombs, no more killings in the Middle East.
You should do it with me. You should do it with me. You should do it with me. Man. This rap, this hip hop, forget it. So I've said it all. This is my reaction to What If by KAO DENERO. Throwback Thursday. I don't want to put a date to it because I don't know when you'll be watching this. But throwback 2012, respect to KAO. And if they ask you, you know what to tell them? Fresh boy, fuck it. We out.